So hello and welcome to this Adobe After Effects tutorial. Today we are going to create a simple character animation with the puppet tool, and yeah, right now you can see what we are going to be doing. One thing that I want to say is that it depends on the character. Sometimes it's easy to make it with the puppet tool, sometimes not, but I will show you that I created more tutorials. I may put them in the description. So for example, I created also this kind of character. Something like this, and and I also created, for example, this kind of character. And every time we need to work a little bit differently. But in this tutorial we are going to go with this animation, and this is what we are going to be doing. And right now we can start. Okay, so right now I am on the site Freepik, and I'm going to put the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that we are going to create very quickly right now. So all you need to do is click download and download this, and you are going to have a zip file. You need to unzip this, and then you can double click on this IE file, or you can open your Illustrator and you can just drag it somewhere here, and it is going to open you this like so. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to create new document, so I will go with Ctrl N, Command N, and I want this to be 1920 by 1080 pixels and so on, and I will click Create. Now I am going to drag one of them, so I will go with this one, and I am just going to drag it to my new document somewhere in the middle. I'm going to scale this, so I'm going to hold Alt or Option to go from the center and Shift to stay proportional, and maybe I will scale this a little bit like so, maybe a little bit bigger, and Now all of this is going to be connected, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose Ungroup, and now this is going to be still connected, but there is this some kind of white background, so something like this, and I am going to delete this. Now one more time I am going to right click and I am going to choose Ungroup, and now I am going to have this separated. Now what I will do is I will go to my layers. Your Illustrator may look different, but you need to go to the layers, and I'm going to have everything in the layer 1. And if I'm going to open the layer 1, I'm going to have a bunch of layers. What I like to do is I like to go to these three lines, panel option, other, and go maybe with 50, just to make my layers a little bit bigger visually and so on. So now what I'm going to do is I will click on the body, and temporarily I will hide this. Okay. Now I will click on the hand, and I can see, I can zoom in a little bit, that the hand is separated from the rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this with Shift on this one, and I will go with Ctrl G. Okay, and and basically this is all that I want to do. And basically I'm going to have five layers. One of them is going to be table. I want the table to be on the top. Then I am going to have the body. Then I am going to have the chair. Then I am going to have the cup and the hand. And and now all I need to do is I need to click on the layer 1, go one more time to these three lines, and go release two layers. And right now I will be able to select all of the layers, drag them outside of the layer 1. Layer 1 is empty right now, and I can delete it. And now I am just going to save this. I'm going to provide you this, and so I will create very quickly a folder that I am going to call Illustrator, and I am going to call this to be character, and save, and in here I want this to be as a default, so I am just going to click OK. Now I will go to the Adobe After Effects, and what I'm going to do is I am going to drag my Illustrator file somewhere in my project panel, and I want this to be a composition, layer size, it should be a default, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to double click on my character composition, and it is going to open me this with all of the layers. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create some kind of background, so I will go layer, new, solid, and I am going to choose some kind of color. I can go with something yellowish like so. Okay, and I am going to put it at the bottom, and I am going to lock this. You can rename this, but Now I will have to rename my layers. So this one I will go with enter, is going to be hand. This one is going to be cup or mug. I will go with cup. This one is going to be chair. This one is going to be body, and the top one is going to be table. Okay. Now we are not going to animate the table and we are not going to animate the chair. So I am going to lock the table and I am going to lock the chair. And one thing, this is optional, what I'm going to do is I am going to shine them. That is at the bottom toggle switches mode. So yeah, if you cannot see this, you need to go with this toggle switches mode. But basically I'm going to click on this in here, shy, and I'm going to shy the table and I'm going to shy the chair. And then I am going to click the shy in here, and yeah. This is basically going to put me this layer so they are not going to be visible in my layers. So right now I am going to have only 3 layers and I can work a little bit better. I will change the color of the layer of the body to maybe orange, just to visually see, you know, that this is the body. Now we are going to go with the puppet tool, so I will go to the puppet, and yeah, I am going to click on the head, and maybe somewhere here I am going to create my puppet. If you are going to create only one puppet and you will try to move, it is going to move the whole character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create few more puppets. One of them I am going to create somewhere here. So I will click on the legs, maybe here. Let's put this to the feet so we can see this. And now if I try to move the head, we are going to be like so. So basically, if I create this kind of puppet, if I don't move this puppet is going to stay on the place and the rest of the body is going to move. The next puppet I would like to do is I would like to put somewhere to this hand. So I do not want that to be moving, and yeah. And the last puppet I am going to do maybe somewhere here, and yeah. So right now I am just going to be able to move the head and a little bit the back. Okay, and then I will just go back to leave this on the original position. Now, if I go to the body, what I can do is I can go with U, and it is going to show me all of the keyframes. One more time, I can go with U, it is going to close all of the keyframes, and I can go with U, and it is going to open them. Or you can open this, go to the effect, go to the puppet, go to the mesh, go to the deform to get to your puppet, but I will just go with U. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to have 4 keyframes, because every puppet is going to create a keyframe, and I am going to delete them because I do not need all of those keyframes. And I am going to animate only 2 of them, the head and the legs. So I will click on the puppet 1, in my case it is the head, and I will go with enter, and I am going to call this to be head. Okay. Now if you, for example, I can go with selection tool, move your head like so, for example, and you would like to put it to the original position, you can just go to the position, right click, and you can choose reset. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to create a keyframe on the head position, and yeah. Now I will position this maybe, you know, like so. So yeah, the point is to don't make this deform, so something like this probably wouldn't be the best, so a little bit. Now I am going to go with shift and page down, 10, 20, 30 frames, and I am going to move the head a little bit down, maybe like this, and yeah. And I will go with 10, 20, 30 more, and I am just going to add a keyframe, and I will go one more time, 10, 20, 30, and I am just going to copy the initial keyframe, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So right now we are just going to have an animation which will go a little bit down, it will stay, and it will go back. And I am going to select this, and I will go with F9 to make an easy ease. We are going to adjust this. So yeah, if you want, you can have the only 20 frames in the from one keyframe to another, but that's up to you. Now we are going to go with the hand. So I will click on the hand layer and I will click this this solo, hide all non-solo video. So I will click this and this is just going to show me only the hand. And the hand we are not going to animate with the puppet tool, but we are just going to go with the rotation. So I am going to move the anchor point. I will go with Y, or you can go pan behind tool, and I am going to position the anchor point somewhere here. And I am going to unclick this solo. So right now I could go with the R for the rotation for the hand, and I can rotate it. But I would like the cap to go with the hand. So what I'm going to do is I am going to parent the cap, the whole layer, to the hand. Okay, and now if I am going to rotate the hand, it will go with the cap. Okay, so let's go to let's put it one more time to fit. And then maybe I will zoom a little bit and I will try to put it like so, but probably the best thing is going to leave this on the fit. And yeah, I'm going to go to the beginning of my timeline and I'm going to create a rotation for the hand. And one more time I will go 10, 20, 30 frames and I am going to rotate the hand. And yeah, the cap right now is not in the best position because right now all of the coffee or tea would be, you know, on you. So what I want to do is I would like to rotate the cap. So I'm going to go to the cap, I'm going to go with R for the rotation, and I will go to the beginning and I'm going to create a keyframe for the rotation, and one more time 10, 20, 30, and I am just going to rotate the cap a little bit, maybe like so, okay, and yeah. But now I would like to also adjust the position of the cap because right now it seems that it's not in the hand. So I will go to the cap, I will hold shift and I will go with P. I hold shift to that my rotation keyframe is not going to disappear. If you go only with P, you are just going to have the position. But yeah, I will go with R and shift P and yeah. And I'm going to create the keyframe on the position. I'm going to move this to the beginning. I'm going to hold shift so it's going to snap. And right now, with the selection tool, I can click on the cap, and with my arrows or shift and arrows, I can position this maybe like so. Okay, something that you think that looks fine, and yeah. Now I can adjust a little bit the rotation, so I can rotate it like this maybe, okay. And now I am going to adjust a little bit the head. So I will click on the keyframe on the head, and I am going to put the head maybe in here, and I will rotate this a little bit more. So yeah, right now we are just going to find some kind of balance, and I think that this looks fine. Now I'm going to convert all of these keyframes to easy ease F9 and yeah. So I'm going to play this, and this is going to be my animation. Alright, and yeah. Now one thing, and that's you could see that we had the animation of the head, but then the head was still moving a little bit. So I want this keyframe to be the same as this keyframe because you know, in between we do not want to have any movement, but we change the value of this one. So basically I will go with Ctrl C. I will position myself on the timeline on this keyframe, holding shift to snap, and I will go with Ctrl V. Okay, so yeah. Now I am going to add a keyframe on the position of the cap, of the rotation of the cap, and rotation of the hand. So in between I do not want to have any movement, and then I am going to position myself on this keyframe, or you can go one more time, shift page down 10, 20, 30, and I am going to position this on the original place. So one by one I am going to copy these keyframes from the beginning, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and yeah. So yeah, right now I am going to play the animation. We are going to go like this, and then we will go back. Okay, so yeah, if we want, we can, you know, create a little bit more space. So I can go with shift and page down, and let's say that this animation is going to take a little bit longer, where the cap and hand are going to go to the place. So yeah, but this is optional. What you think that works fine, and yeah, but I will keep it as it was. Now I am going to just play a little bit with the hand and cap. So I will go shift page down, 1020, and I am going to create a keyframe on the rotation of the hand. So in here I do not want to have any movement, and then I will just go 10 more frames, and I am going to put this little bit up. Maybe I have like -6, -8, I don't know, -9, and I will go 10 frames more, and I am going to put this to the 0, and I will go 10 frames more, and I will put it little bit up, and I will go 10 frames more, and I'm going to put it to the 0. Okay, I am just playing, you know, but right now we are going to have this kind of animation that she is going to play a little bit with the cap. So we can go like this, and yeah, and then we can move maybe 20 frames more, and we can copy all of this animation. So I will go with Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, so between this keyframe and this keyframe, there is not going to be any movement because they are both at value 0. So basically she is going to go like 1, 2, little break, and then one more time, 1, 2. Okay, fine. Now, what we can do is we can move 20 more frames, so 10, 20, and we can copy one more time the whole movement of the hand and cap. So I am going to copy the position of the cap, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, you know. I am going to do the same thing with the rotation, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I am going to do the same thing with the rotation of the hand, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, so yeah, basically it will be like so. And right now, one more time, we are going to drink a little bit. Okay, so yeah. Now, meanwhile, we are going to play a little bit with the head. So head will go a little bit to the front. It will stay while drinking. Then it will go to the original position. Then let's say that 10, 20, 30, we are going to stay on the same place. And then we can go 10, 20 or 30, and we can put the head a little bit down like this. Yeah. Then I will go 10, 20, 30, and we are going to stay on the place. Then I will go maybe 10, 20, and I am going to copy the original keyframe, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and yeah. And then I will go 10, 20, maybe 30, and I am going to put this one more time down. Okay, but I would like to copy this keyframe because I know that this keyframe is the correct keyframe for the drinking. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and yeah. And now we can go in here like so. We are going to basically stay up to this point, and then I can go 10, 20, 30, and copy the initial keyframe, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you are not lost, but yeah, and I will go with space, and basically we are going to drink, the head will go back, then head will go a little bit to the back, like so, it will go to the original position, and then it will go to the front. Now I could see that my head went to the, from like position of being back to the original position, and then immediately I went to the front. So what I would like to do is I would like to stay a little bit on the original position. So I will go with Ctrl C and 10, 20, Ctrl V. And then this keyframe I am going to move a little bit, maybe like so, and yeah. Okay, so I am just playing with the keyframes. Right now I am going to one more time play the whole animation. But yeah, we are going to drink, then we will go back, then the head will go a little bit back, then to the original, and yeah. Okay, we can adjust, you know, the keyframes, we can move them, but I am going to keep this as it is. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is very simply, I'm going to just animate the hands a little bit, the legs. So I'm going to click on this puppet. It is in my case a puppet pin tool. So I'm going to go with enter, and I'm going to call this to be legs. And I will go to the beginning, and I'm going to create a keyframe for the position. And I will move 10, 20, 30 frames, and I may position this maybe in here, you know, something, and yeah, and I will go 10, 20, 30, and we are going to stay, then 10, 20, 30, and we can go back to the original position, and yeah, and let's say that for a while we are going to stay on this original position, so up in here we are not going to move, and then one more time 10, 20, 30, and we can put it little bit in here, you know, like this, and yeah, and I will go 10, 20, 30, and we are going to stay, and then 10, 20, 30, and we are going to go to the original position, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and until the end of the animation we are just going to stay. Okay, and I am going to select all of these keyframes, I will go with F9, and yeah, I am going to play the animation, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, so yeah, basically something like this, and yeah, okay, if we want, we can make the spacing of these keyframes a little bit different. So maybe I can move all of these two keyframes like this, and yeah, and I can play this. So yeah, but I am going to keep it as it is. I'm not going to play with this more, and yeah. So basically, right now we have the whole animation, and yeah. In other tutorials, I showed you how you can loop this. I could show you this. So yeah, because right now the animation is going to play only once, and then it is going to stop, and there is not going to be any movement. So what you could do is you can have animation only this 10 or 11 seconds, and yeah. But if you, for example, want to have your animation to play 2 times, you can either copy all of these keyframes, so you could go with Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and yeah. But one thing that I will change is that my composition is only 15 seconds, yours is probably going to be longer, so very quickly I will go to my character, right click, composition settings. In here, usually the default is 30, I have 15, so I am going to make this to be maybe 35, and I am going to go with OK. Okay, so right now I am going to have my composition longer, but this is something that you shouldn't have, and I am just going to extend my layers. So I will extend this one, I will extend this one, and yeah, but I will unlock the background, and yeah, and I will unshade my layers, and I am going to extend also the table. So I will extend the table, and yeah, I don't know why I kept my composition only 15 seconds. I was not thinking about it, but yeah, and one more time I am going to shade them. Okay, so right now what we can do is we can put an expression to all of them, or one of the options would be just copy all of the keyframes, Ctrl C, you can go to the end, Ctrl V, and right now you would have the animation twice. Or what you can do is you can go with Alt option and click on the keyframe with the rotation. I can zoom in a little bit, and I am just very simply going to type that loop out. I can go with tab, and I can go with quotation marks and cycle, and loop out cycle is going to simply cycle the animation. I will copy this, and I am going to put it to all of my animation. So Alt or option, click, and I am going to paste loop out cycle. The same thing in here, loop out cycle, and the same thing for the head, and the same thing for the legs, and yeah, and basically right now my animation is going to be cycling forever. So if I'm going to have the composition which is going to be 5 minutes, then 5 minutes I am going to have this animation. Okay, so yeah, and you can see that all of my keyframes ends at the same place. So all of my keyframes ends, you know, on the same place on the timeline. Now one thing is that in between every movement, so let's go for example with the head, we are going to move the head, and head is going to stay. Then we will move it, and it will stay. Then we will move it to the back, and it will stay. But at the end, you know, we are going to move it to the original position. So here is the head, and we will move it to the original position, and then immediately it will go back, because it will go to this keyframe and immediately it will jump to the beginning. So what I want to do is for all of them, I will move 10, 20, 30, and I am just going to add keyframe to this one, I will add keyframe to this one, I will add keyframe to this one, to this one, and to this one. This is just that we are going to have a little pause with all of the animations, okay? And yeah. And now imagine that you want this animation to play only once, then you can go in here and you can go with N and right click and trim come to work area, but in that case the loop out were useless, so I can go back and imagine that you would like this to play 2 times. So in that case what I will do is I will count how long is my animation, so I will go with shift page down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, and if I want this to play exactly 2 times, then right now I will go one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and yeah, N. Okay, so right now my animation is going to play exactly 2 times, and then if the video is going to be on some kind of loop, it is going to be looping. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to right click, I'm going to go trim comp to work area, and this is the whole animation. Okay, so the last thing that I will show you is how you can render this if you don't know. But before of that, if anyone have been here until the end, you can write me that in the comments. That would mean a lot to me. But yeah, okay. So yeah, before you are going to render this, I suggest you to save this because your After Effects can crash anytime. So yeah, I am going to skip this, but it's a good practice to save this. And yeah, if you want to export this, I will go to the file, I will go export, and I will go with add to Adobe Media Encoder Q. It is going to open my media encoder. It can take a few moments to open this, so I am going to cut this right now. Okay, so right now my media encoder is opened, and in here we are going to have our project. It can take one more time, a few moments to our project to appear, but eventually it is going to appear, and I have this right now in here. And in here I want this to be H.264, that's a standard MP4. In here there are some video more advanced settings, but I want this to be as a default, and I just want to go in here and I want to choose the place where I want to save this. So I am going to create new folder which I am going to call to be render, and I will go inside and I will go with save, and I am going to click this start queue, and it is going to start me the render. And depending how fast this is going to be, I may cut this or not, but it's pretty fast, so I am going to keep this. And yeah, and now I can go to the place where I have my render and I can play this, and this is the animation that we have. So yeah, okay, so thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that you will be able to use this in your projects. And yeah, keep in mind that all of the vectors in the Freepik are a little bit different. Sometimes it's easier to work with the puppet tool, sometimes not, but yeah. So yeah, I will finish this. This is it. This is all. Thank you and goodbye.